so I can't get any signal from any of my apps.
The Dynamax ones?
Yeah, like, I tried deleting and re-downloading it. Shit's not even in the App Store.
Weird.
Right? I had so much stuff entered into every profile, and now it's just gone, like, walked away in the middle of the night. So, how are our people even gonna find this episode, you know?
I don't know. Shrekscape? Or maybe Podbean.
I thought it was called ShrekNet.
Ever since Shrek came out, the Dreamcast movie, it's getting harder and harder to talk to Nosferatu in the city.
Dude, I tried image searching Shrek. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, but hey, and we're back. This is your friendly neighborhood Sheriff Devon welcoming you back to Free Crone Radio. The thing we're doing now with the microphones. Stake your claim, kindred of New York City, and hail to the prince who never sleeps. I'm joined as always by my co-host and cohort Murray. Murray, how was your day? What'd you do today?
Same thing I do every day, Devon. Slept in a box.
I just realized how stupid it is to ask you anything and expect a direct answer.
Oh, you're now just realizing it?
Did you at least enjoy your Halloween?
Oh yeah, bit of clown. You gotta control the local clown population. Have your clones spayed or neutered. Turns out they don't float too good. I was surprised.
Well, we interrupt your post-midterm election rage and succulent collecting to bring you updates on the happenings and goings-on within Kindred community. Murray, why don't you start us off with the news?
'Cause I'd rather be the centerpiece of a Burning Man exhibit. By order of the prince, a blood hunt has been placed on the Flatiron-based coterie, the Furies. Report to your primogen immediately for instructions, descriptions of the perpetrators, and last known whereabouts.
What about their crime?
What?
Does it say what they did to deserve having a blood hunt placed on them?
Nope.
Bummer. I usually get along with the Furies, especially Devon.
Well, now you don't.
Guess so. Let me take the next one, dude. Many of you have expressed concerns about the irregular occurrence that's been nicknamed the Melt. Be warned not to feed on any irregular hosts as the prince's resources and are researching this phenomenon. Any kindred experiencing watery, gray discharges and patches of extremely loose flesh should turn themselves in immediately. There is definitely a cure.
The Melt? Yeah, that's some pretty nasty stuff, whatever it is. Last I heard it was only affecting old-timers and the Macellarius bloodline. You know, I found one of them just before he burst. Like a giant, wet, blubbery mold. A terrified, liquid beanbag chair. He looked at me from behind a dumpster, then he just popped, and all that goo lurched out in one direction into the sewer grate. Nasty way to go. He was scared too, saw it in his eyes. I was just surprised when the puddle moved as one. Up the wall. He didn't know what was happening, but he sure as hell knew where he was going.
In other news, all kindred are reminded that no new members of the Invictus will be initiated or tolerated. Guess they're closing the doors in time for the holiday season. So, they're not recruiting anytime soon. Take your profile down off LinkedIn and ziprecruitment.com.
Wanted. Skill set. Vampire.
Dude, I did a YouTube search for vampire last night. You know, just like keep up if there's been any leaked footage I gotta piss my pants about. Have you ever heard of ASMR?
No, what's ASMR?
Something so much scarier than the Invictus, dude. Also, something else worth getting pissed off about? Half the city workers are ghouled by our Nazi population, and I still have to pay for a monthly Metro card. I'm the fucking city sheriff. When the hell is the prince gonna do something about the subways?
You mean the Elmhurst wolves that ride the 7 train? Those guys are assholes.
No, I mean the goddamn fare hikes every 6 months. Fucking fix the subways.
The prince doesn't control the MTA, Devon. And if she did, would that really solve anything? Is that what you'd want to spend eternity fiddling with? Bureaucracy and power tools?
Would it really be any less ridiculous than what our forefathers did back in Babylon or Rome?
Final death and taxes. We love fiddling with shit.
Like you even use the subways, Murray. You don't even have to worry about that shit. You just turn into a bat and fly off wherever you want to.
What was that?
What? I'm not stereotyping. You literally turn into a bat. It's what gangrel do.
I'm not a gangrel.
You're not?
When have I ever told you I was a gangrel? We've worked together for years, you fucking degenerate. You don't even know my clan?
Well, you never remember my birthday.
March 22nd.
You never get me anything.
Because I don't like you. Just because I don't respect you doesn't mean I don't listen.
Oh. Well, we're getting word from Cedra that we gotta move on to our big story this week. The prince is calling for... now this is just stupid. A census for all kindred, including ghouls and blood dolls. I don't fucking believe this. She weeded out like half the population of the kindred when she took over during the Shadow Inquisition.
Conservatives will give up democracy before they give up conservatism. That's what I learned on the flight back from Vietnam.
Look. Long story short, people, it's easy. We have until December 1st to present yourselves to your local crony and either pledge loyalty or face final death. I mean, they rule the shadows. What the hell else do they want?
The only thing people in power ever want. More.
Yeah, but more what?
Whatever there is to take.
And we're probably gonna have this for another 50 years or something before she buries herself.
It's like a tightrope we all gotta walk when we reach a certain age. Sure, you get more powerful with age as the blood thickens, but by the time you're at the top of your game, you gotta put yourself down for a century or two just to get the wolves off your scent.
And by then, you've got a city under your thumb, you're feeling great, your headlines on posters everywhere, and you're too micromanagey to even sleep during the day, and even if you did, everybody knows your name and face, so everybody's gonna come to off you.
Hey, Devon, you know you're bleeding from the face right now, right?
Oh, shit. Oh. Cut it out, Cedra. I get it. No more bad-mouthing the prince. You can stop now. Look, see? Good boy. Read copy. Good doggy.
I told you I'm not a gangrel.
Ow, I fucking hate crone magic. Exactly what I'm talking about. That is micromanaging.
You know who can break that curse for you?
Yes, Cedra, when I behave.
Not even. Remember that guy who rode into town the other day? Covered in piercings and black leather? The guy with the motorcycle?
Bitch, I'm not shacking up with the Ordo Dracul. I'm not crazy. Those guys would flay you inside out just for the kick of it.
All in the name of progress. But there's a lot they can help you with. They're worth investigating, Devon, that's what I hear. Just 'cause they're outlawed don't mean they're not near. And since they're the only people actively doing something about the Parliament of Owls, their research is worth testing out, I'd think.
Like walking around during the day? That's just a sales pitch from a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I don't know. They taught me to dream again. And not just flashbacks to Nam either. I mean actual lucid dreaming.
You dream? What do you even dream about?
I dream about a lot of things, Devon. The other night, I dreamt that I found the whole other floor to my apartment. One that had always been there, and I always knew about, but I never used it. I walked up the stairs and found it cluttered with plants everywhere. Palm tree leaves, flowers, a whole wall of succulents. It was hot. The air was wet, and dim light was coming from everywhere, but nowhere. A small girl had gray skin, red eyes, and horns, and she took me by the hand and led me through my dreams. Her skin was rough but warm. She made us hide under a bush as a man in a yellow hazmat suit and a wooden animal mask lumbered by. The man in the hazmat suit had a cloth bag covered in beads, and he dragged the bag to a pit and emptied out what was inside. I felt the heat from inside the bag even from where I was hiding, and I covered my ears from the screams inside the bag. Then he left. Then the girl with the horns pulled aside some vines, and I found myself back in Vietnam. The jungle was dark and hot. The water was dense, and things brushed against my leg. Then I got to the shore, and I found lights and a street festival. I recognized the road and the city too from when I was alive. The streets were full of people, young kids, young men chasing after girls. And I remember the last time I walked these streets. I had a flamethrower strapped to my back, and I used it to level a single-room schoolhouse to flush out the Charlies. I threw a grenade under a car. I burned lives to the ground, and here they were, 40 years later. New lives, new city, a Jolly Bee bakery next to a newsstand selling USA Today.
Murray, I can see you using Google Maps.
I walk among dreams now, Devon.
I did too. When I got kidnapped by fucking fairies for 2 months and you did jack your shit to help me. We should do something about those guys, don't you think?
The magical people who can travel through our dreams and auction off our thoughts and memories? I don't know. Maybe.
I need more magical people in my life like I need a fucking tanning bed. Speaking of, holy shit, you heard about Del Carlo's place?
Down in Williamsburg, right? Yeah, I know that bar. Why?
Okay, so keep this on the down low.
Sure, Devon. I'll do just that. I won't tell nobody. Please speak clearly and slowly into the microphone.
Del Carlo was a serpent, like me. Used his powers to gather a bunch of local musicians from different independent record labels and internet fame. Real good way to diversify your blood flock if you follow. I stopped by to kick his ass one night, right?
Because of your sheriff duties?
Sure. So I get there, and the whole place is frozen. Everybody frozen in place. This waitress had a half-spilled martini that was in mid-fall, just hovering in mid-air. Now, I can move fast when I want to, but I wasn't at the time. I was just walking. In the back door to the stage, some guy in a black coat dashes out. I could smell the blood coming from the wound in his neck before I even spotted him. So I follow. How could I not, right? I get to a back room. For staff and shit, nobody. Couldn't even smell the blood anymore. He just, poof, no longer there. I swear to God, we get enough weird stuff from being vampires, but there are people out there who don't even exist in our reality, just like walking around like they shouldn't, you know?
Do you seriously still think I'm a gangrel?
Is this fun for you?
Less often than you'd think.
At least you're having fun. That's all we get to do with immortality, isn't it? Hope that amid the paranoia and the freedom fighting and the subterfuge and all the fucking lies and masks, that there's a modicum of enjoyment to have in any of it.
Yeah, but you're a serpent, so you get that from feeding.
Barely these nights.
Yeah, you were much more fun before your grand fuck-up and when you lost Stephanie.
What did you say?
Did I stutter, son?
Cedar, cut the mics.
Oh, we're finally doing this?
Cut the mics! Because fuck you! That's why you don't know what I lost! What do you even love? Nothing! I lost everything in that girl. Every ounce of faith for the next night. I'm always gonna come out on top. Not take any shit because I had her to think about. You think it's about blood or sex? It's about souls. Murray, we eat their souls.
Through and through, their dreams, their hope, their sinews, their bone, their hair, their marrows. We drain them until there is no they. We erase them while they're still alive. You wanna savage some bitch's body into just like a bloody pile? But we're so much worse as serpents. And we restrain every instinct we have not to pull their entirety out of themselves just because we can. Not for love, not for some cosmic completion. It's not to try and be people again, but because we can. So
Fuck you! Fuck you for thinking I never cared about Steph, and if I have to pull her out of the shadows with my teeth, I will, and I will bury anything that stands between me and getting her back. Well, we're gonna make like Murray and get the hell out of here for the night. Thanks for tuning in, captivated and captured subjects of New York City. Remember, you have until December 1st to register yourself with the Prince or join the Furies. Stay away from Central Park at night, don't make any deals with demons or fairies, and avoid the 7 train between 40th Street and 82nd Street. This is Sheriff Devon signing off. Stay sharp, people. And since I know you're listening, I don't care where you hide. I'm always gonna come out on top, baby. I will find you.